Adam22 is he growing a pair of nuts, man. You know, I think he getting tired of, you know, niggas bullying him or people, you know, I think taking him not that serious. So I don't know if you've seen this clip, bro, but this is him responding. So Adam22 did the Bootleg Kev podcast. He has some words to say. Community responded to it, and now this is his response to that, to the community live stream, and he getting reckless with his mouth, man. So I know you got something on this too, and maybe you can piggyback on it after I play this clip right here. But let's hear Adam22 go hard in the paint real quick.
I just said that I didn't believe that they were making as much money, which is a obvious fact. Yeah. And then I also laid out the situation with Snoopy Badass. What do I get as a result? I get AD and his overweight manager sitting in this tiny little room talking about how they gonna stand on business, how they gonna fuck me up, how I need to be careful out here in these streets.
I didn't see that part.
Before I went on stream, let me go to my Instagram.
That nigga getting spicy. That nigga talking spicy, bro. How they gonna stand on business? It's hard to take him serious. Robbie laughing.
Yeah,
I was
exactly. That's the whole thing.
Bro.
It's like you're talking spicy, but it's kind of hard to take you serious.
Right.
Really taking you serious, Adam.
Exactly.
Instagram story right now because I preemptively knew that this was going to happen. Listen to my story from yesterday.
Style of podcaster are people who can hear a valid argument, can hear a valid conversation, and then they go on the podcast and they want to convince you that they're hard and they can beat somebody up.
Does this sound familiar?
Hold on. Time out. Pause this real quick.
Okay. Basically,
sidebar. Why does this nigga Desto Dub have that damn mask on his face?
Bruh.
Like, come on.
He's a character. Hey, Desto Dub funny though, man. Hey, but you know what though?
No, I fuck with Desto Dub, but I'm like, what is going on here? What are they doing here?
He's comedy. He's comedy. Stock value, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. I guess so. Yeah. Go ahead. You continue.
The entire audience,
the whole world, Adam.
When I say that we don't care,
we don't care.
You gotta actually do it.
You gotta do it. You gotta slide.
A defunct style of podcasting.
That'll be working out too much. Yeah, slide. You know, he a biker. He got that energy.
Look, even they laughing at that nigga. Even they laughing at him, bro.
Not the place to do it. So
if you want to act tough, the podcast is not the place to do it. So I called my shot.
As he talking tough on the podcast, by the way.
Motherfucking Babe Ruth in this bitch. I go on my story. I call out exactly what their response is going to be. And what do? They do this musty ass, broke ass shit. And they sit around and talk about, ooh, Adam gonna get touched. LOL. How the fuck did I call it? And I mean it too, because when you look at the Reddit, when you look at the comments, nobody is impressed. You're never going to take a W by hopping on a podcast, talking about a verbal beef, a beef of ideas, a war of ideas. You're never going to take the W.
To be fair, when he said go to war, he did not say he didn't specify what kind of war. So for him to try to clear it up here, bro, like he need to include all the context. He just said let's go to war. He got a lot of money. He didn't say a war of ideas, a war of content, because that's what Pun and them was saying. Like he need to clarify because he said when we hear war, we look at it differently. So Adam always leaving out important context,
right? You know and the way he's talking spicy, it makes you think like he's talking. And that's why Pun, because I know a lot of you're talking about. Pun was saying like you know, like what are you really saying? Because if you want to keep it content, we'll keep it content.
Exactly.
And he's like, we can do that all day, but if not, then do you want to take it somewhere else? He's like, I don't think you want that.
And to be fair, right, to your point exactly, and to be fair, like you said, all he had to do was, instead of doing this, he could have been like, no, it's content. That's what I meant. But nah, he obviously want to escalate this, bro. Come on, let's be honest, bro. He want to escalate
for
this.
Sure.
By going on your podcast and talking about how tough you are, it makes you sound goofy. Do you really think that I'm scared of Pun waiting outside of the building? You know exactly where we work. What are we talking about? If you wanted to do something, you're not going to talk about it on the podcast. You probably already would have done it. I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying I'm not worried about it. So you can talk as tough as you want on the podcast. I'm not sweating. I don't even have deodorant on. I got an all natural scent right now. I'm not perspiring. That's just how I feel. So you can talk about how fucking tough you are.
So
Nobody's worried about it.
Who is Pun? Where is he from?
I don't know.
Like I always wanted to know that. Like it just was like, because this Ace boy, he be calling a lot of shots. I be seeing like I would see like,
but no bodies are dropping, Brick Baby. Adam22 still out here living good. He's saying he's gonna kill me. He
now he doing extras. Now he doing extras. Not hey Pun and AD did not say nothing like that, bro. Come on,
you can't do that, Adam.
They did not say that, bro. They did
Don't
not say
do that, Adam. Now you're
that part. Now he exaggerating the situation, bro. You know what I mean?
Plotted out the whole
racism,
fucking crime.
Your racism is showing, Adam.
Right.
Night. If you ask me, it might be a terms of service violation. We might have to call up YouTube and say, look at this guy plotting an assassination on his channel.
No,
you don't want to.
No, he didn't.
You see that so dumb look down like, oh
yeah. Like, nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
Do with it because
I want to associate yourselves with.
Yeah, exactly. And look, and they sitting there laughing, bro. And little do know, I don't think they laughing with him. They laughing at him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sure. They not taking that nigga serious. That's why they laughing. Real shit, bro. Real shit.
I was like snitching, right? I'm not going for it. Ain't nobody scared around here. That's all I'm saying. So if you really want to do something, you're gonna have to actually do it. You're not gonna just sit here and plot out my death on your live stream and think that I'm gonna be worried about it. You're telling on yourself. If you plot my death on the live stream, everybody knows that nothing's gonna happen. And to anybody else who thinks that they're tough, they think that, oh, we're sitting in this little hot box ass room, so we hard too. Go for it. I'm out here. I'm in the field.
Whoa. And that's
look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. Go ahead.
No, that's it, man. That's it. Once he said he in the field, I'm not taking it serious. No.
Whoa,
nigga,
come on.
Adam22 saying he in the field.
Come on.
Come on, my nigga. You know, hey, look, I'm gonna say
that.
this. Adam got so many, just throughout the years, he's had so many gang members that go on his show. He hired them. And to protect that spot, they protect him. You know what I'm saying? It's like extortion without without it being extortion. You know what I mean? It's like a side definition of extortion where you pay me this punk ass $2,000 a week, which is all AD was getting, and I will therefore in turn protect you just in case somebody come up here to try to slide. And that I feel like that's why he feeling comfortable enough to talk like that, because that I'm in a field comment. Come on, my nigga. You ain't in nobody field, nigga.
That's what makes people think that you're kind of like trying to take it to another level besides just keeping it podcast. Because when you say things like that, it's like, come on, man. Like, what are you really saying?
Exactly.
It's like, because at this point now, like, I am curious though. That is a good question that Brick Baby asks, because I'm just curious. Not that it matters to me, but I am curious on where
I feel you.
Where Pun is from, just because, like he said, like it seems like he got a lot of pulls. So I mean, wherever he's from, I guess nobody's came out and discredit him or try to mark him out or smut his name or none of that. So he must be whoever he says he is, but
he must be somebody, because I feel like if he wasn't that somebody,
I'm just
you know how the internet is. The internet undefeated. If he wasn't somebody, a factor, niggas would have been making videos on him and saying that he.
And you don't hear nothing. You don't hear nothing about Pun.
I'm mad I didn't bring that up. This is a good example, like fucking the Crip Mac documentary. Did you see that shit, bro?
I didn't see the documentary. No,
nigga. Man, I'm so mad. I should have. It's too late now, yes, nigga.
The Swamp Stories,
nigga. They exposed, and that kind of was already out, but the way they pictured it, bro, they gave a fucking direct correlation to every point in this nigga's life.
They're beefing right now.
So
that's
I'm
why
so
he went
upset
so hard on him, because Crip Mac called him out.
Right. And that nigga exposed everything. I'm talking about, he broke it down, nigga, from this nigga childhood all the way to 2023.
Yeah. I mean, he broke down a lot of the stuff that people already knew from the internet, but the way he was doing it was kind of like he was trolling. He was trolling. He was like, what? He was like, why would anyone believe that this guy is a real gang member and he's jumped from 4 or 5 different hoods? Like he's been from like he's just talking, he was just talking all types of shit. Like he went from being a Chino Hill Gator to all this different shit. Like he was on one.
Hey, I jumped in the comments because I know when you react to shit like that, you get copy strike. I asked the nigga the swamp stories. I commented. I was like, "Hey, can I react to this? Because I want to react to that shit.
Yeah,
because it's really kind of it's entertaining as fuck, bro. Just to see the old C-Mac before the Hoover K tattoo on his forehead and the shenanigans. And this nigga was even saying NK. Can you believe it? The most neighborhood
that's
nigga
why he
in
got
the world.
DP.
Crazy.
That's why
Crazy.
Milk got him DP.
Do you got anything to add to that segment?
Nah, man. I mean, aside from I think, like I said, I think Adam should chill. I think he's getting to the point. I think that whole situation with his wife and the amount of trolling that came with that, he is acting like he's cool with it, but he's coping with it in a way where he's almost like lashing out, where he's like, because like he did that also with the famous Richard, I think his name is, the dude from Chicago that always
the dude that be like, what do you say, King David? Like, King David.
Yeah. So it was, of course, it was like, you can tell they was kind of like joking around or whatever. It was like kind of like a skit, but it's like, I don't know, you could tell when white boys get that white boy rage and they're like, oh, like it's almost like he's coming off like he's ready to get his ass whooped.
Right.
Like he's not with no crazy shit. He's not trying to like kick nobody's ass. He's not going that far. Like he's on some shit. Like he's like, whatever you're trying to do, like you're gonna have to kick my ass to shut me up, type of deal. Like it's one of those. It's not like I'm going hard. Like I'm ready to. Nah, you're trying to put up a front. Like, oh, go ahead and kick my ass. And it's because it's, if anything, if one of them beats Adam's ass, it's not gonna do any justice for them. It's not gonna make them look any good. Like, okay, you kicked Adam's ass. It's gonna be good content. People are gonna enjoy the content watching it, but
it's gonna do some numbers. It's gonna go viral.
Yeah, but it's not gonna do that individual no good. It's like you don't get no points as far as in the streets for that, for fucking up Adam22. Like,
right, exactly. Couldn't agree.
And you'll probably get locked up. He just said it in the video.
Nigga, he threatened to call YouTube on them niggas. That's
man,
bro, he threatened to call YouTube terms of service on them niggas, man. That's comedy. Hey, and that go to show you, bro, the fact that he even mentioned that, bro, go to show you, bro. Y'all just leave that nigga alone, man, because he definitely snitching, bro. He definitely calling the police. He definitely involving law enforcement. He gonna do everything he can. Like all the civilian shit that niggas give, pass for doing, he gonna do it all. So just leave that man alone. Keep it content. It's entertaining to hear the back and forth and, AD exposing how much he was making, which is hilarious, bro. Like, I thought he was getting a bag over there, bro. I did not know he was only getting two. Nigga, that's a regular 9 to 5. But then again, to be fair, he was only working like 4 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? Or 6 hours a week. So to get $2,000 every 2 weeks and you only get dedicating 6 hours of your time, that's really good. That's really good money. I think he was getting
definitely for the average
$6,000 a month take home. So
for the average person, that's definitely
for the average person, that's solid. Nigga, look, if I could work 6 hours and bring home $6K